Hey friends, welcome back to Willow Creek Homestead. My name is Kenzie if you are new here, and in today's video we are going to be making some homemade chicken treats together. Now my daughter is home from school and it's kind of like gloomy outside, so we have just been having a lounge relaxation day. I did go out and grab a couple things to make some of these treats with. It's actually something that I wanted to do for the past couple weeks. I just hadn't had time, and I thought today would be the perfect day to do it. And I thought maybe some of you crazy chicken people might like to see what I'm up to. So we are going to start with one that consists of basically just frozen corn and water. And that is absolutely all you need. I picked up some of these molds at Walmart earlier so that it would be easier to pop them out. The recipe online said to use donut molds, but I was not able to find them. And then they also said that you could use muffin tins, but I thought it might be hard to pop them out in a muffin tin. These you can just keep in your freezer and take them out and put them like in your chicken's water, or you can offer them as a treat. I'm in Iowa and it's gonna start getting like really hot here soon. So I was looking for ways to kind of cool my girls down in the summer months, but also provide them some treats and enrichment at the same time. So this is the first one that we're gonna start with. And then we're also gonna do some like peanut butter oatmeal bombs. And if we get to it, there is a banana pancake that is specifically for chickens that I also thought sounded really cool. So I got all the molds out, and I'm not gonna wash these out or anything, you guys, because we are not gonna use these for ourselves. These will just be for the chickens. But basically all we do is just pour some corn in these and then pour water on top, and then we freeze them. And I was thinking that this would be a really good one to do like extra fruits and veggies. And if you have ducks, you could also do peas. Like I see everybody online doing like pea bath treats for their ducks. That would also be a really, really good way to use this. So I'm gonna get a bunch of frozen corn in here like so. And then for these molds, if you find the packs that I'm using at Walmart, I believe the holes go on the top of them. So we will just fill up the little circles down below. I think I'm gonna also add some homegrown basil from last year's garden into these. This is a great way to use up extra herbs that you might have, is feeding them to your chickens. I've also been putting them in my nesting boxes to help with smell. And then herbs are just a really good like pest repellent, and it helps with mites, and they're really healthy for your chickens to eat. So if you can incorporate dehydrated or fresh herbs to things that you're making for treats for them, that is always kind of an added bonus as well. So there is what that is looking like. And especially if you put these in their water with the herbs and things, it's just really good like additions for them to drink. Okay, so then all we're gonna do is just pour some water in these and put them in the freezer. And this is really nice too, because you can keep this in your freezer without having to use it like right away. I want to do a bulk chicken treat day, but it's hard to do because some of them you have to use like immediately, but this is nice because you're not taking up refrigerator space and they can just stay in your freezer until you go to use them. Okay, so both of these are completely done. Here's the circles. And then here's the squares, and we're gonna go ahead and get these stuck in the freezer and start working on the other ones. And I was going to stick some of this in with the ice cubes, but I think that this would get like way too soggy whenever the little nut and fruit pieces get mixed in with the water. But I think that those ice cubes are like a really good idea, especially for fresh fruits and veggies or whatever you wanted to throw in there. You could get like super, super creative with it. The next one that we are gonna make is a peanut butter oatmeal ball, but I am gonna put in some of the loose seed mix that I bought. And basically all we do is just warm up the peanut butter so it's a little bit easier to work with, and roll the oatmeal and the seeds and everything into balls. And I'm sure you could freeze this one as well, but I'm just gonna make a small batch for now, maybe only like 2 or 3, and just see what my girls think of it. And then maybe later on we'll make a bigger batch and incorporate some other treats that I found. I wanna do a homemade flock block, but those ingredient lists were absolutely massive and I did not have time to drive all over the place and look for them. But I thought while I am prepping up the peanut butter and getting the oats and everything out, we could go over some of the seeds that I started the other day. So I am in 5B and I am just now 3 weeks away from when all of my cucumbers, melons, and squash need to be started. The first cucumber that I started is the Wisconsin SMR pickling cucumber, and this is a variety that I grew last year and it is absolutely fantastic. I also did a bunch of straight 8 cucumbers. These are just really good for fresh eating and a variety of summer dishes. I grew these again last year and my family and I really enjoyed them. Then I also did some baby bear pumpkins. I don't have a ton of garden space for the big pumpkins, but I definitely wanted to grow some so that my daughter and I could do some decorating around the house and around the yard during the fall months with them. And then I also went ahead and started some blue Hubbard squash. These are a long-term storage variety, and I'm hoping that these will be the squash that we are able to eat throughout the winter months. Then I also did some kabocha squash. These are also known as the Japanese pumpkin, and they just looked really fun on MI Gardener's website, so I wanted to go ahead and give them a try. Then we are doing some sweet dumpling squash, and these are supposed to be comparable in flavor to a sweet potato, and my family and I really love sweet potatoes. Then I just went ahead and did a bunch of varieties of zucchini. So we have some coco zelle, and then I also did some black beauty zucchini along with some golden zucchini. I'm trying to come up with ways to preserve them for the winter months, so I'm going to do some research into that and maybe we will have like a zucchini preservation day, but definitely wanted to grow a bunch of different varieties just because my family and I enjoy them so much. And then we did some gourd mixes. I've never grown these before, but again, these will primarily just be for decorations for my daughter and I during the fall. And then I did a couple different varieties of melons. So we have the Haogan melon, and I have never tried this before, but again, it just looked super fun and interesting. So I started 2 of those along with a Charentis melon. I would be interested to know if any of you have tried either 2 of these varieties because I had never even heard of them. Then I am doing the sugar baby watermelon, which is my favorite watermelon, and then the crimson sweet watermelon. I love these because they're super small and compact and don't take up a lot of space, and they maintain their flavor very, very well. So I got all of this watered in really good, and now this gets to sit under the grow lights and we wait for it to come up. So, and then for these peanut butter bombs, all I did was warm up this peanut butter for about 15-ish seconds, and I'm not measuring anything out, but I will leave the exact measurements down in the description box. But I just went ahead and got that a little bit warm, and then we're gonna take some of our oats and start incorporating that in first, like so. And you know what, friends? I probably should have checked the measurements because that doesn't look like a lot at all. But that's totally okay. If we only get 1 big ball, not a problem. And we are gonna go out to my girls and see what they think about all of these treats. So they will give us a honest review, and if they really like this, we'll just make more of them. And my girls are spoiled, so I always buy them like mixed seed packs anyway. So I am gonna go ahead and sprinkle in some of these as well. Okay, and then ideally you should probably use parchment paper. I just couldn't find any down there. So then we are just going to take our hands and roll this into a ball like so. And I guess I will go ahead and pop this in the refrigerator so that it can cool down and kind of maintain its texture. The stuff feels absolutely disgusting on my hands, but I think the girls are really gonna like this. So hopefully they approve. Doesn't look appetizing to me, but I'm sure they will absolutely enjoy this. It has officially been 3 days since we made all of the chicken treats together, and it has been just storming and raining and all kinds of nasty stuff. But it is sunny outside today, and we finally get to give all of the goodies to the girls. So I brought out all of the treats. I had to hide them over there so that my girls wouldn't get into them. As you can see, they know that I have something for them, so they're very excited. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop one of these ice cubes out and we'll see if they like it and let them try this one first. And these did come out really cool looking with all the corn and the basil. What do you think, girls? You wanna try? It's not super, oh, Emerald's like, give it. Oh my God, okay, here. Oh my goodness, chaos. They have to figure out that they have to bust through the ice first to get the corn. Get it, Molly. Get it. Look. What is that? I think that once these blocks start to melt and they can actually get to the corn pieces, they will really, really appreciate these ones. And especially for the summer months, these will be really, really nice to keep them cool. Okay, so here is the peanut butter one, and I basically just wrapped it in tinfoil in my refrigerator, and it's been there for 2 days. It's still super soft, and I did pick off a piece of it to let the baby chickens try, and they absolutely loved it. So I already know my girls are gonna go crazy for this, so let's see what they think about it. Okay, and I'm gonna try and like hold on to this because I don't know if this is too much peanut butter for them or not, but let's see what they think. Oh my goodness. What do you think, girls? Is that yummy? Oh yeah, they definitely enjoy this one because they can get to all the goodies on it, unlike the one that needed to melt first. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, they definitely approve of this one. Is that good, you guys? Is that good? That's yummies. What do you think, Charlotte? Is that good? Oh my god. Molly's coming in hot trying to get all of it before the other girls can eat it. Oh yeah, you guys, the peanut butter balls are definitely a winner. And then the last treat that I was gonna give my girls today to try out is from our friends at Grub Terra. These are black soldier fly larvae. And if you didn't know, black soldier fly larvae are just a really good protein source for your chicken's feather health, and they make the eggshells really, really thick. I do feed my girls black soldier fly larvae, but it's something that I don't buy very often because I can't really find it in big bulk quantities, and it's rather expensive. Something that I particularly like about Grub Terra is you can buy 50 pounds of black soldier fly larvae on their website at a time, which would be enough to last you for like all of eternity. So that is fantastic that they sell huge quantities like that. This brand is also very eco-friendly, and I'm gonna read you the back of this because I feel like it is very, very cool. It says that every 1 pound of Grub Terra's dried soldier fly larvae equals 20 pounds of food waste that is saved from the landfills. So Grub Terra strives to be very economically friendly and environmentally friendly, along with providing a very, very good product to their consumers for a great price. So I thought we could let my chickens give us an honest review on this. Obviously, it is not for me, it is for the chickens, but these can also be fed to your reptiles, fish, and all kinds of critters and animals that you might have. Now, I will say my girls' favorite thing is black soldier fly larvae, so they will definitely let us know if these are any good or not. Oh, yeah. They're like, give us the good stuff, Mom. What do you think, Molly? Is that good? I'm gonna give them a little more because some of them got more than the others. Oh yeah, they love this stuff. Grub Terra also sells a variety of other products on their website, and they were gracious enough to give my audience a 10% off discount code, which I will leave right here on the screen for you. So if you are looking for black soldier fly larvae or large quantities of various different products, make sure to give Grub Terra a try. But to wrap up everything, so the girls definitely appreciated the peanut butter balls. Those are probably their favorites out of the homemade ones. They are still kind of pecking at the corn blocks that I had made. I think once they figure out that that will unfreeze and they can get the corn as treats, they will really, really like those also. And then obviously they love black soldier fly larvae. So the Grub Terra soldier fly larvae were a huge hit around here. Definitely recommend trying both of them if you are looking for a really, really easy homemade chicken treat for your girls. I will leave both of the recipes down in the comments so that you can make them yourself. And if you do give them a try, definitely let me know what your chickens thought about them. But that is going to wrap up this week's video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. As you know, I always wholeheartedly appreciate it so much. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye, guys.